Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Friday Night Live from Central Connecticut with Natchez 860. Enjoying Haunted Bookshop in a Marksman pipe, where our weather is 64 degrees and light rain. We're picking up the outer bands of the hurricane. So we'll be getting intermittent rain all night long. And I believe it's on its way to Halifax, Nova Scotia. So we will wish them well, because I think they're getting a direct hit with whatever is left over. 46 in the house at 4 minutes past 7. Is that right? No, it's 7 o'clock now. What am I reading? Oh, that was how long I've been on. Anyway, I was talking with Eric, Blue Collar Pipe Smoker, shout out to him, earlier this afternoon. And he was talking about a Marksman pipe that he received, which is very big, which is unusual for Marksmans because they're usually small like this one. And we got talking, and I said, you know, now that you mention it, the machining on my pipe is similar to a custom built, because we were talking about custom builts, Marksmans, the whole deal. And he thought that perhaps Marksman back in the day was kind of trying to copy custom built. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it is odd that he said he had a large Marksman pipe, and this thing smokes so nice. I was a little upset when I got it at the junk store because someone had, I believe, snipped off the stinger, if it had a stinger on it. Must have. But anyway, it's been a favorite of mine ever since I've gotten it. Who do we have in the house tonight? I know we have Cane Rod Piper. Big shout out to you, Mike. Pipe Writers in the house. There's Eric, Blue Collar Pipe Smoker. Glad you made it. He was going out to a Oktoberfest near where he lives, I believe. Derek Hill's in the house. CMA Sailor. Jimmy Tabaki. I know Pungo Briar's here somewhere. Blue Dog, good evening to you. Ronnie Ewing, great to see you. Mike, he just told me it was a large Marksman. I know you love custom builds. Pipes and kayaks. Brad, how's it going? Hope you got to see my video that I made for you today. I went out this morning and I had another project that I'm working on, and I went to Suburban Park. And every Friday, Brad says to me, I can't wait until you get out to Suburban Park in the autumn, smoking a custom built. And while it's not officially autumn yet, I figured since it was 58 degrees out, it was good enough to give them a little bit of a preview. So I took some video clips and made them into a little morning walk video. So Brad, I hope that'll get you through until I get out there with the custom built and some Edgeworth slices. Yeah, I'm loving these lower temperatures. I picked up some kind of a bug last week. I don't know. I think it might be a little touch of pneumonia because I've had stabbing pains in the back, similar to ones that I had before when I had pneumonia. Anyway, I had a fever Tuesday. Pretty much all day it was up and down. So the cooler temperatures kind of take the edge off of that. I seem to be on the mend. Couch is here. Sasquatch Piper 2. Loves his haunted bookshop. Doug Owen, good evening. Hope all is well out in Washington State. What's up, mate? Gandalf. Yes, more vaping deaths reported. What are we going to do with that? Pongo Breyer wants me to take a metal detector to Suburban Park. I've often thought about getting one, but I know if I got one, I'd probably go out once and then it would collect dust here. I'm not going to fall for that. I'll use my eyes, and if I find anything on top, then so be it. 89, 91 in the house. So I told you about my tree trimming last week. And I don't know if I got some kind of issues with getting yard work done or what, but I got some bushes in my backyard. They run along the property line about 50 or 60 feet, forsythias. And I decided to tackle those last Saturday. Really getting too old to try to do that stuff. But anyway, got about halfway done with them. Was hoping that I'd finish them today or tomorrow. Today I wanted to get the video work done. And tomorrow, it looks like tomorrow morning's going to be wet and windy. But we will see when we get up in the morning. And I actually have the rest of the fall season to get rid of the bushes, so I'm not too worried about it. Never mind pronounce it, Doug. It took me years to learn how to spell it. Joe Yank, hello. Matty Ice, hello to you. Ah, Japan. Kampai. I think that means cheers in Japanese. So let's see, what else have we got going on here? We did our little shout to Blue Collar Piper. Oh, I said I'd give a shout out to Pipe Fool, Andrew, who is the one who sent the marksman to Eric. So, Eric, there's the shout out to Pipe Fool. Cliff Higgins, great to see you. Scotsum from Los Angeles. Great to see you. What's up, mate? I've always wondered where hurricanes go after they go up towards Nova Scotia. They must, you're saying it heads over to the other side of the pond, huh? But it'll only be rain. Odie Jones. Have not gotten any old dark fired plug. I don't really do many plugs. They're too much work. The only one I'd consider getting again is Peterson 3Ps. That stuff was just outrageous. Delicious. Old khakis. Hey, how you doing, Wes? Doc Bravo. What else is on my list? Give our usual shout out to the fine folks at Briar Report. Hopefully everybody's signed up with them now for their newsletter. Just enjoying watching some of the comments go by. We got 90 in the house. Bengal slices. Latakia flake without the licorice topping. Haven't tried those new Bengal slices, Doug. Sorry. Wisconsin Woodsman, greetings to you. Michelle V, 222. When are we going into business there, Michelle? And what are we doing? I'm in touch with Michelle V, 222 on a fairly regular basis. And we both decided we've got to find other forms of income. So we are putting our heads together to try to come up with something. If anyone has any brilliant ideas, let us know. Mob apprentices. We need to find a mob, though, unless we make our own. Algonquin Briar. Oh, got an 8-year-old tin of McBaron Burley London mixture. Oh, Burley London mixture and I go way back. And unfortunately, I didn't discover it until, I think it was less than a year before McBaron discontinued it. And when I found out that they were doing away with it, I got a hold of 2 pounds of it. And that 2 pounds lasted me less than a year. I just love that stuff. I believe I have 1 tin of it in my tobacco cellar. Yeah, I got a few people with kids. They'll be sitting at the dinner table, and all of a sudden the kid will say, "Matches 860." Yeah, usually the mothers don't get as much of a kick out of it as the dads do. Oh, yeah, Algonquin Briar. You're going to love it. Oh, Mark, I couldn't live anywhere that didn't have a basement to it. Half the fun of living is spending quality time underground. That doesn't sound too good, does it? 97 in the house at 15 minutes past the hour of 7. G.A. Briarman, good to see you. Gordon Pym from 2007. Sounds good. Mark, they can flood. When I bought this house, it came complete with a pump in the cellar, basement, whatever. And it scared me a little bit, but we've never once had water in the cellar. So I don't know what that was doing here. I think somebody brought it with them from somewhere else. That's a good one, Troy. AT, what do you say, buddy? Pipe crystals. Not sure what pipe crystals are. I've used the chalk tablets in the bowls to cut down on the moisture, and that works really nice, but I'm not familiar with the crystals. High school hater. The live is about whatever we decide to make it, but it's usually pipes and tobaccos. Eric and I were talking about Sarge. We haven't heard from him since he got back from Nolens. $107 in the house. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I've got to start working on my Halloween videos because I have the stories picked out that I want to do, but I don't know them without reading them off a piece of paper. And I don't like doing that because I can't read very well. So I'll get those committed to memory. That shouldn't take too long. And then we will be set for Halloween. There's been big discussion in the house as to whether we're even going to put the lights on for the little trick-or-treaters. last year, my wife had just gotten out of the hospital like the day or two before Halloween, and we didn't do anything. And my daughter said, "Oh, this year we got to hand out candy." And my wife and I said, "Okay, you can hand it out." And she goes, "No, I'm not doing it." So I think we're going dark Halloween night. 100 in the house. Let's shoot for 105, see if we make it. Yes, Doug. Haunted lighthouse stories. I ran across some dillies. I think you'll enjoy them. I always like to tell my Halloween stories out, either out back or out in the woods, and I'd hate to get caught dressed up in a Halloween costume, probably get arrested. Upon a starry night, greetings to you. Parker Brunson, thanks for joining us from Houston. Cal Delta Piper, at work as usual. Always glad when you can join us. Pipe Writer says Halloween and pipe smoking go together like bacon and eggs. The other night, I guess was it last night? No, the night before, Wednesday night. I wasn't sure what I wanted to watch. I felt like watching a short movie. So I watched Sherlock Holmes, House of Fear. And what a great movie to watch and smoke a pipe while you're watching it. Was terrific. And of course, you got Sherlock smoking his pipe, Dr. Watson smoking his. And in that particular movie, one of the guys is a sailor and he smokes as well. So good pipe smoking content. The vaping computer guy, thanks for joining us. Hope you stick around. Lots of fine people here. Doug. I usually try and do something different Halloween night as far as what I'm going to watch. And one year I did the YouTube has the radio broadcast of War of the Worlds. That was a fun year. But yeah, I like watching something like Frankenstein or The Wolfman or The Mummy. Good times, good times. Captain Simpson, that was him. G.A. Briarman going to Burlington, North Carolina, October 5th. Hope you can hook up with somebody. Would certainly love to join you in a pipe myself if I was able. Of course, we've done a couple of video calls, so that almost counts. Ian Jones, good evening. Oh, there's so many Frankenstein movies. I love the original, and there were a couple that were made maybe the late 30s, early 40s that were just as good. And there was a couple that were made that were kind of silly, like The Bride of Frankenstein. I didn't like that one. That was too far out there. Simon, you are most welcome. I don't recall doing the review, but if you said I did, then I must have. People ask me sometimes, oh, have you ever had such and such? And sometimes I'll say no, and then minutes later remember that I think I might have had it at one point or another. So sometimes you have to bear with me. Briar Bear, hey. Gene Wilder and Frankenstein, that doesn't work for me. Graham Wilson, hello to you. Hope all is well in the UK. Thanks for the best wishes. Actually, my daughter went to New York today. My wife just went to pick her up at the train station, and they will be having dinner before they come home. So I should get through this without a lot of miscellaneous noise from upstairs. TX Crafts 1. There are many Sherlock Holmes videos. Some of them with Basil Rathbone, some with other actors. I find the ones with Basil are the best. But if you do a search, there's probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them that are pretty good. What are we going to do next here? We will do the Friday Savinelli. Oh, actually, I should mention, I had received these from Mark in Rhode Island, Parodi. They are fantastic little cigars, and they're along the same lines as Toscanos. And I said to Mark, I don't know if I was just in the perfect mood for this when I had it or what, but boy, what a fantastic smoke. I can highly recommend. What am I looking for? Anything that'll burn, I guess. How about a little GLP's jackknife plug? I think there's enough there to make a bowl. Enough that's loose. Hey, Don Miles. I normally don't smoke the cigars in the house, although I noticed I did it before on one of these live streams. And because it's the dark Kentucky leaf, it doesn't stick things up as much as I thought it might. So maybe next week, if I think of it, I'll light up one of those. Yeah, I knew that Rathbone smoked the Peterson. I didn't notice the custom built that the other guy smoked there, the Sea Captain. I'll have to look the next time I watch it. $104 in the house. We might have hit 105 when I wasn't looking. Jackknife plug done. And I seem to be having a problem lighting it. There was a lot of loose leaf in the bag. Hey, G.A. Briarman, thanks an awful lot for coming in tonight. We will catch up with you later. Parker Brunson, any tips to warming up the missus to smoking indoors? Thankfully, that all happened fairly easily for me. Of course, I was a cigarette smoker when I bought the house. And I figured if I was paying the mortgage, I could do whatever I wanted in the house. And then when I went to smoking a pipe, there was no question whatsoever. But as a rule, I don't spend much time upstairs smoking my pipe, so it doesn't really bother anybody. A little Sherlock history there. Interesting. Pipes and kayaks as a bachelor tonight. Enjoy yourself, Brad. You'll pay for it later. $106. We beat 105. 107 now. 33 minutes after the hour of 7. This is actually pretty good. GLP's jackknife plug. I don't know right offhand what's in it. And I don't know if this tells. No, it doesn't. Very pleasant, though. I didn't know Sherlock Holmes did cigars. Oh, Parker Brunson. I wouldn't be able to stand the heat either. Summer kills me, and the older I get, the more I hate it. I'm getting to the point where I even like January and February now, which used to be the two worst months of the year for me. But the Connecticut winters aren't that bad. Um, Sometimes you can go into December before you get a good snowfall. And generally, the storms are few and far between. But I can remember winters where it seemed like every Monday and Tuesday we'd get a storm for like 6 weeks in a row. It was terrible. But temperature wise, yep, I'll take it. Ah, Pipe Fool's in the house. Not sure if you caught your shout out or not, but we gave you a shout out, Andrew. Man credit having a bowl of Haunted Bookshop in a Rossi 673. Now, there's a man after my heart. Yes, sirree. Eric told me the whole story about the Marksman pipe. And he was totally blown away. Autumn evening. I love it and I hate it. I've had many a tin come to me, and the first time I got it, I really enjoyed it. And I'm not usually an aromatic smoker. And the more I smoked it, I slowly started to dislike it. But at this time of the year, I would love to steal a bowl of autumn evening. I still have some here, so I'm not looking for handouts, but just saying that the beginning of autumn is still a time when I like a bowl of autumn evening, and then I'm all done with it for another year. Sir Walter Raleigh, one of my favorites. He's got it in Aroma 626. Fishwife Piper 74. Hello to you. LJ Paredes, Thanksgiving Day, terrific stuff. The Sarge and I, of course, have done 2 videos, 2 different years, I think. I can never remember if we smoked the same stuff to see how much it changed over the year, or if we smoked different blends of it to see what the difference was from one year to the next. I'd have to go back and watch the videos. Someday I'll write that down so I don't forget it. It is good, though. Odie Jones, I've never smoked a George Jensen pipe. I don't know that I've smoked too many Danish pipes, if any at all. Yes, Rich, that's correct. Sarge said it smelled like ginger ale. And then he decided that it had bergamot in it. Oh, okay. I remember somebody asking for a review of Sir Walter Raleigh. Was very happy to do that because I love the stuff. Derek Hill, squadron leader. Great stuff. I guess they were recently unloading a load of squadron leader that had Perique in it, and somebody told me it was terrible. They didn't like it. Bongo Breyer bought 5 tins of the squadron leader. But the squadron leader regular, I thought was really good. Very light English. Would be a great starter English tobacco for a newbie. Really easy. Autumn in Texas when the temperature goes down to 90 degrees. Sounds like Florida to me. Doug, I agree with you, even though I haven't tried it. And Eric, the blue collar pipe smoker, and I got into a little discussion this afternoon about Perique. And he says, well, you know, you must love Perique because you love Haunted Bookshop. I can take or leave Perique. And I think what it does for Haunted Bookshop is a great thing. But I smoke a lot of burley stuff that doesn't have Perique in it, and I'm fine. I don't have to have it. Oh, Pipe Rider, get Eric going on this year's fishing club. I think all the kids told each other to sign up for the fishing club because it was such a good time. And Eric was blessed to have a nice donation from Artie's place there to get the kids going for this season. I'm sure they'll have a good time as usual. Sasquatch Pipe Skipper 2, have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Yep, Artie's Place is the man. Wow, 111 at 44 minutes past the hour of 7. We're getting close to my usual cutoff. I must be getting better because I'm not losing my voice. No booze for me. Just the old ginger ale. I think I might get one more light out of this. We will stir it up a bit. All righty, Doug. Take care of those customers. Thanks an awful lot for coming in. As always love to hear your input. Have a great weekend as well. Paco, do I like venison? Yes. I've had some terrific venison steaks in my day. And if I'm not mistaken, the key ingredient to cooking good venison is garlic. Is that correct? "80 blocks, my alcohol days are over." Parker, have a great night. Thanks for coming in. I try and smoke everything down to the bottom. Occasionally I'll get some dawdle, especially if I've been smoking this pipe all day like this one, because the stuff just won't burn no matter what you do to it. But yeah, generally I go right down to the bottom of the bowl. All righty, friends, we're gonna call it a Friday night. Thanks to everybody for joining in tonight. We really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we will catch you next Friday night, Lord willing.